if that's the case, then my children, which I think they're made for children, they're definitely educational. Deezy Doo, what you doing, buddy? Him being a good boy? Him on a swimming pool? Mommy's gonna buy you a swimming pool. Fat doggy.
Oh, if you label it for kids, it kills its searchability and comments.
Oh,
So it's not for kids. What you want to do it for?
yeah. We not for kids then. We are for
And,
kids. Our
and,
videos just aren't for
and
kids.
not for kids is anyone targeted under 13.
Right. So I did a little experiment earlier. Did you get a thing, a notification from YouTube for Free to Make 2 and Free to Make show earlier?
Just do it.
They were already a minute in on this, and YouTube is not probably not pushing
Free
it.
Meek Live and Free Meek Real. Free Meek Live.
Because it's only showing you on here.
Did you set it for kids?
No,
I am the only
no,
one.
I just said it for kids.
I am the only one who. I just got it 18 seconds ago though.
I wondered why. Why is it taking so long? When earlier it was almost instantaneous on the other channels. And now there's zero people and 2 watchers. So here's the deal. Just did a video about Goodlettsville PD. I did a live stream about them a while back. They're one of the police departments that does the bullshit where they sit out in the middle of the interstate, like here. So we have a annex here for the Interstate Interdiction Task Force is what they call it's. We're going to hijack you task force is what it's really called. Down here, these fuckers the other day were following me. I seen them pull out from the gas station. Like that vehicle, those vehicles are not marked, but you could tell it's them. The one that has lights on it and shit. It's just unmarked. I seen him pull out behind me. This fucker went, however far it is. Do you remember where that big D8 was sitting at, the green one, Travis, at that place? And I said, right there's where the feds are at. Not really the feds, these fuckers. He followed me all the way from town to there, which is probably 3 or 4 miles on the ass of my truck. I mean, literally, not even probably a car length away, at 60 miles an hour, with his bright lights on. Then as soon as he turned into that place, turned his brights off. But anyway, Goodlettsville PD. So Goodlettsville PD is one of the police departments. There's a cop under question there because he arrested 3 people for DUI that wasn't drunk. Which that shit happens all the time. It happens more often than not. More often than people would believe, anyway. But they're one of the PDs that will sit in the middle of the interstate with all of their white lights on. And if you're not familiar with one of these cop vehicles and how many white lights they have, so they have white lights on the bar, they have the white lights and the rotating light on the doors and their headlights, but the directional LEDs on the bar are bright enough to blind you, to the point that I'm surprised that somebody hasn't been blinded by that and hit another car or done some shit. I mean, they're fucking bright. And they shine them right in your face as you're driving by. And now the Goodlettsville PD is coming under question because of these 3 drivers that were arrested by the same cop who fought and fought and fought and fought and fought and waited for blood test results to come back. And then they wound up dropping the cases, but which doesn't really matter because it still ruins their life because the arrest is there. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I seen a comment on Here's the Deal channel because he just made a video about this. This very police department and what's going on. And there was a comment on there that this the way people think blows my mind. If I ruin your life or if I kidnap you, how much time does that equate to? If you take so much time of my life to then make me a slave for government, to throw me in there so I can make bars of soap or license plates or whatever it is that they're selling at the prison that you work at, or you're a cook to feed other prisoners, whatever it is, it's still slavery. What is it equal to when if I kidnap you and shit? I'm of the opinion that if I kidnap you, I should be hung in the public square. And it shouldn't be no different whether you wear a costume or whatever it is. I tried to go and my youth snuck in on us somehow. Don't know how that happened. But they probably snuck in. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Don't really care. But I'm having some trouble with it. because I don't really fuck with YouTube like I used to. But this Goodlettsville PD, all these PDs, it's not just Goodlettsville, and it's not just Benton County, and it's not just Claremont County, Ohio, and it's not Columbus, Ohio, just Columbus, Ohio, and it's not Brown County, Ohio. It's all these places. When you give people a hammer, everything becomes a nail. It's no different with the cops. And now, they're becoming more and more militaristic. And, Nova, come here, girl. Come here, stay by Dad. And, good girl. Where's the good puppy dogs? Where's the damn good coon dog? Come here. Come here, girl. But when you give somebody a hammer, everything becomes a nail. And it's no different with these fuckers. And I don't know when people are going to wake up to the fact that they do far more harm than good. But let's just pretend that they didn't. If they harm anybody that's innocent, that is too much. It's I don't make the choice for somebody to commit a crime or for somebody to harm somebody. And I'm not going to justify you harming somebody either. But when you support that, which does that, then you're justifying it. So, hey, call this dog. Hey, South. Put Nova inside. Call her. Go on, girl. Go. Inside. Put Nova inside. It's so humid here, man. It's miserable today because it rained all morning. But I think they should be hung on the public square. But it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen that way, and people are never going to get away from this mentality that we got to have government ruling over us and telling us what to do from daylight to dark. Even on your private property, and then stealing from you because you have private property, which is not really private property because they do what they want anyway. Look at the state of Tennessee. You've had this case that's been dragging out for years now over these game wardens down here putting cameras on people's property. They sneak onto the property, whether it's posted or not. In all cases that's going to court, it was all very well posted, even fenced. They jump the fence, get all ghillie suit out, and they go sneaking in. They hang cameras up to try to watch people on their private land. And because, the gods of the land, the Supreme Court ruled in the 1960s or whatever, that the curtilage is the only thing protected by the Fourth Amendment, which is the property around your home, in the immediate vicinity of your actual dwelling, then government's free to roam on whatever else it wants to roam on, and there's not much you can do about it, which is total bullshit if you ask me. If the government doesn't own it, they have no business on it. Period. End of story. It's private property. Just, I shouldn't have to mark my property because you know what's yours and what's not. You don't go out into a parking lot full of cars and start jumping cars and driving off. Why? Because you know which car is yours. It's no different with land. I mean, over time, the boundaries might get spoofed by, 20 yards or 30 yards in one direction or the other, depending on how much land we're talking about. But if you're talking about, little 12 acres, Nick, there's no reason for government to be here. It's clearly marked, and if it's defined, and if it's not, you can pretty much line aside it. Stay the fuck away. I actually need to mark one more side of my property. Still, I just haven't got around to it in 3 years. I don't know why. I guess because I just don't really care. In all honesty, I know they're going to do what they're going to do anyway. But it's not just the corruption of the Goodlettsville PD. But what do you think they're doing when they sit on? It's all police departments. But what do you think they're doing there? They're sitting in the median, shining white light. You'll get a ticket for bright lighting people. They will pull you over and give you a ticket. You're going to pay government because you broke thy rules. But they'll follow you for 4 or 5 miles, bright lighting you right on your ass. They will sit in the median and bright light you right in your face. And what are they doing when they're even doing that? The only thing they can be doing is profiling. There's nothing else they could tell by you going by at 70 miles an hour with white lights in your face. Nothing. If it was about speeding, they wouldn't have the white lights on. So they have to be profiling. But they do it everywhere in this state. I see Dixon doing it. Dixon PD, not Dixon County, but Dixon PD. They do it here with the drug interstate interdiction task force, whatever the hell it's called. It's really called "We're going to steal what you have if we pull you over." Shit, task force. That's what it's really called. And we got an MRAP to back that shit up if you don't like it. And they do it everywhere down here. It's common practice. It's not out of the norm. Every time we go to Ohio, we see one of these departments doing this very same shit. You know, and it's not. It I don't understand the thing behind it. You know, if you see a priest, and let's say he spends his life in priesthood, right? But he just rapes one little boy along the way. As a society, we wouldn't have that shit. We wouldn't be like, well, he did more good than he did harm. Like, who justifies, like, who decides how much harm that does? You want to leave it up to the priest that raped him? Go ahead. He's going to say it didn't harm the little boy at all. And that's kind of what we're doing. We'll say in one instance it's not okay, but in another circumstance that it's exactly the same, except they wear a government uniform, that it is okay. And that's what you call cognitive dissonance and confirmation bias, folks. That's what that is. How we get away from that, I don't know. Don't know if we can. Don't know if we ever will. Probably won't. You know, I think SHTF's a dream. Don't think it's ever going to happen. Don't think it'll be allowed to happen. But if it was to happen, I have a feeling that there's a lot of people that's put big red X's on them, probably myself included. Probably not, though, because everybody that hates me is big pussies. Yeah, it's never going to be allowed to happen. We're going to continue down this road, and then we're going to continue taking it a step further, a step further, a step further, a step further, until it's get on the train car, boy. It's not that far fetched, especially when you have people running on the ideal that indemnifying the police is the way to go. You know, when you got a bootlicker, and who makes the king's decree by executive order, they do what they want to do. And how do you get away from it? I don't know. I've given up coming solutions, because there's no solution where everybody comes out smiling, and nobody's satisfied with the solution unless everybody comes out smiling. What's up, man? How you doing, Haywood? Care flight it. Oh my. Yeah, the local cops around here are a fucking joke, man. I mean, they are. Like, it's. I wish I could make a video on every one of them, because there's not one of them like this. I don't even want to go into it. But for instance, like the little blonde cop that showed up that day when trading butt dialed 911. I'm like, you're really a cop? She's like, yeah, I'm a sheriff. I'm like, yo, I can see that. Like, what would you do if you told me to do something and I didn't want to do it? Like, what would you really do? You know what I mean? She didn't have an answer for it. They either hire these quota hires that can't do shit, or they hire these fucking tubby motherfuckers and bitches that can't do shit. Either way, they can't do shit. But it's par for the course in the country, I guess. Or, you know, then you go to a lot of cities and it's the military. Ooh, I was trying to take on me. Get away, Tiki. Don't need you. He had a big old white thing on him. I'm glad I found him. I wonder where he came from. Ticks are bad this year. I need to spray on my clothes with that stuff I got. We're already finding ticks everywhere. Little bitty bastards too. Little bitty babies. You step on them, and you step on their nest or whatever, and it's bad. Ask Travis. You know, I stepped on the nest. We were out in the woods walking, and I stepped on the nest. And Travis had the privilege of seeing me almost naked and picking ticks off me. He said it excited. He didn't say that, but I bet it did. I'm just fucking like that. I don't know, man. I don't know what the solution is. I think we should just abolish the police. And I think the world would go on as it does. And then let people take care of their problems as they happen. A lot of people would not drive 100 miles an hour tomorrow just because that sign still says 70. Because they you know, they're going to drive what they drive anyway, just like me. When we go to Ohio, there's certain, you know, when there's certain times I'll drive 90. But it's safe to do so. I mean, I don't, I'm not the weaving in and out of traffic type anymore. I don't do that shit. But nobody's going to start murdering people tomorrow or robbing houses because there's no longer the fear of government, because now the fear becomes the homeowner, where people don't have that fear today, and they don't have that fear because of government. Somebody breaks in your house and you kill them, and now your gun's being confiscated, whether you're right or wrong. Somebody could break in your house and you can kill somebody. The cops show up and be like, you were 100% in the right for doing that, and they're still taking your property because you killed that person. And it's still going to take you years to get it back. There was recently a self-defense shooting where it was on video, and it took the dude over 2 years to get his gun back. Why? It was self-defense. You had it on video. You never charged the dude. Not that I think that they should charge people anyway. But anyway, back to the PD. When they fuck up, if we're going to play this game, they should be held to the highest of standards. And when they fuck up, they should have to pay the ultimate price. Period. And the dude lied on police reports. I lied to a cop. They called a felony. They lie on police reports and says, it was an accident. He didn't mean to do that shit. But it's what society is willing to deal with, and society is willing to accept, and this apparently is what the majority is willing to accept. I had a conversation yesterday with some fucking idiot that has one of those banners, like big 3x4 foot banners or whatever, where Trump holding a RPG on it. You seen that one? Yeah. I asked him a simple question about something. How much the lot rentals were at this campground I was working at. And he's like, since the TVA plant over here, all these TVA workers come in, they've raised like $800 or $900 a month for just lot rental. Like, goddamn, this dude's making a fortune. But you know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea, Travis. Opening up a campground. Seriously. Seriously. As close as we are to the lake and shit, because we're really not that far. Your land's really not that far from the lake. Maybe the closest boat ramp, 20 minutes. Anyway, and I seen his sign before that, and we started talking, and of course, the economy came up, and I'm like, well, you realize that all the inflation we're seeing now is started with the $6.2 trillion, debt that Trump signed. Oh, this dude was a hardcore Trumper. He tried to tell me, and this is one I'm like, you know what? I got to go. You have a good day. Because this is when I knew he was full of shit, and he realized he was full of shit too. That he at least didn't know everything he thought he knew. Because he told me that he didn't say anything that he didn't know was for facts. I'm like, well, where'd you get your facts at? Where do you get your evidence at? That kind of dictates what the facts are. You know what I mean? So, he tried to tell me that in order to have a machine gun in this country, it's illegal first. That's what he said. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, well, it might as well be. I'm like, well, why is that? He said, because for the license, it costs $500,000 a year. And then you have to be bonded for $500,000. Like, who told you that shit? So his, like I said before, it kind of depends on what's important to you. If your bank account's what's important to you, you're always going to lose in the end. But, go ahead and vote for Trump. Was the economy better? Yeah, it was. Were you more free? No. Definitely not. And look at all the shit that he signed that was completely anti-freedom. Executive orders banning speaking about certain groups on public campuses. Jews. Why is that? That's kind of weird, right? I mean, why ban speaking badly about one religion? Why not ban speaking badly about all religions on public campuses if you're going to do it? Why just them? How about we just don't, you're supposed to be able to speak freely. There's not supposed to be laws regulating it. So you can say shit that people don't want to hear. Like fire in a crowded theater. That's not illegal to do. Feels like you can't yell fire. Yeah, I can. If I stand at the door before everybody comes in, I say, here's $5. I want to yell fire, don't stand up. Here's $5. I want to yell fire, don't stand up. Here's $5. When I yell fire, don't move. And then the theater gets crowded, and I yell fire. And nothing happens. It's not illegal. And then even if I did yell fire and you was stupid enough to do something and use base, which, it's like the cops shooting motherfuckers because the other cop said, there's a gun. If you don't see the evidence of it and you're dumb enough to act on it, well, that's because you're stupid. That has nothing to do with me saying some shit. And then he went on to deregulation. I said, yeah, he deregulated, certain shit, specifically the steel industry. Well, see how much money that put back into our economy? I'm like, well, what if he deregulated the EPA and DEF systems on these diesel trucks? How much money do you think that would put in the economy if all these diesel trucks running up and down the road every day? He kind of shut up after that. But then when he said talking about the machine guns, I said, dude, you literally don't know what you're talking about. You literally, with everything you think you have heard, you have researched none of it. And you can't have a conversation based on that, so I'm going to go. Right after I showed him, for fact, what it takes to own a machine gun in this country. But, you can't. The problem is there's more of them than us, and you can't change their minds. There's a Larkin video. Larkin Rose just put out some 3 good videos. You should go watch it. It's a trilogy of Trump speaking at the independent, whatever it is. Go watch it. It's funnier than shit. He gets some commentary on it, but what they call it, the Independent National Convention, where they're going to, select somebody to run as their representative who's going to get 2 or 3% of the vote, because everybody that has that's registered to vote's a sheep, shall I say? But they don't know it. I'm still waiting for somebody to stand up and say I'm the problem. Has anybody seen that shit yet? I haven't. Which means that the people that are the problem don't know that they're the problem. And they keep pushing this, you can drive an entire population by just driving a few. If you just drive a few in that direction, the rest of the herd will follow. I mean, you continue to see this happen, but nobody continues to recognize that it's happening. What are you going to do, though? I'm just trying to see who's here. Oh yeah, that's what Christy said, that they can actually fly off trees. I didn't know that shit. That's crazy, dude. $800 a month, but however they do supply internet, water, and electric. But still, how much you can't use it? You're still making $500 a month off of each. And listen, these campers are packed in here. Packed. There was one in there in particular that me and Christy looked at, and they would have to cut a tree down and move a camper now to get this son of a bitch out of there. And it's a newer camper. It's only a couple years old, so they ain't been there forever. But they are packed in there in every direction. It's crazy. Crazy. But how long will that last? Because this TVA job's only going to last another year or 18 months. So after that, I don't know how viable it would be. But right now, it would, you throw in 20 spots and charge $400 or $500 a month, and it would bank right now. But maybe. Because they'd still have a 25-30 minute drive to work. It would be a roll of the dice, man. But it wouldn't be $900 a month. But those dudes don't care. I mean, they're making prevailing wage. They don't really care how much anything costs. They just want it done. Just like the deck I was working on the deck over there. He didn't care what it cost. He just wanted it done. So I should charge him more. But I don't do that to people. But that's how I got talking to that guy. I asked him a question. I happened to look over, and he's got a 5th wheel camper, and it was delaminated. And at the bottom, the seal had broken, so you could see inside the camper. I'm like, you better take care of that shit. So I grabbed some Lexel and packed it full of Lexel for him, but he told me he still need to take care of it. That's how we got to talking. But I mean, how do you defeat that I know it mentality when that people just they're 60 years old and think they know shit that they just don't know. Boomers destroyed this country. Destroyed what was left of it. It was destroyed long ago, but they put the last nail in the coffin for this what we had going on here. Now I'm tripping thinking I got ticks everywhere. I'll go inside and get naked and have Christy check me. Is that a tick? Hold on. No. Is that a tick? No. I don't know. I want to go though. I want to go take a shower because I'm all sweaty and nasty because of the freaking 6,000% humidity outside today. So hot, the trees are sweating. The weather has been messed up lately, man. It's been messed up everywhere where, like, it'll say sunny and bright skies all day, and then you have spouts of rain all day long, or it just rains all day. The other day it was supposed to be raining all day, and then it was sunny all day. The following day it was supposed to be, 2 days after that, it was supposed to be sunny all day, and then it rained all freaking day. Kind of ruins my schedule, which I'm glad, because I took the day off today. I'm probably going to take the day off tomorrow. You know, I got to celebrate murderers tomorrow. Happy Murder Day. Murderer Day. Yep, that's what tomorrow is. I hope you should celebrate too. Yeah, get you some ribs. And remember all those guys who went out and died for killing goat herders and shit. Now, if you want to remember just those who really fought to defend this land, and there's only a couple. I'll probably make a video when I fix this bucket. Then more hoorah, more power to you. But if you're just memorializing those who murder goat herders and shit, you're the problem. Yes, you're the problem because you just buy into it. You know, 100% buy-in, knowing nothing about the game. And that's kind of where we're at. But I want to go. I gotta get on the phone this week and figure out what's going on. For some reason, I don't know if my phone will pick up walking down here or not. It might. I'll walk down here and show you. So they have these new digital readers for our water systems, I guess. And even though it's digital, it's also analog. So I can read how many gallons of water we use. And I can also tell if there's a leak post what they're responsible for. Post their meter. So our water bill, we call in our water bill's $100-something. I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way. So Christy gets on the phone with the lady. The lady says that we started using 150% more water in the last 2 months. It went from, I think, 2,000 gallons a month, which sounds crazy to me. Chickies, what are you doing down here? Get to your damn place, chickies. Look at these little bastards. Christy, come call the chickens. They're down here by the road. I was down here scraping on because we don't use this driveway much, so it kind of, when you don't use stuff, nature tries to take it back, and that's exactly. There's gravel under us. It's just all dirt from decomposition of pine leaves and shit. Chickies, go get to where you belong. You don't belong down here by the road. But anytime I use the tractor, they know there's going to be food, so they come digging through it. And that's what they've done. Anywho, so I come down here, and I'm like, wait a minute. I start digging around for the meter, and I had put this big oak log right on top of the meter. So literally it was flipped over on top of it, so you couldn't get to it. So what I then do is I get the log off of it today. I flip it back over. And then I flip this little jewel open. Waha! And what do you got there? You got a meter. Do you see the little red thing there? Not spinning, which means there's no leak. Post, and there's our usage. There's no leak post the meter. Gotta go away. Whatever, it's fine. Call the chickens. However, there's no way that we've started using that much water because we don't do anything differently. We all take showers. Christy washes dishes. Everything we do outside, we do from a well. So if anything, our electric bill would go up because of the pump on the well. Come on, chickies. Here, chick. Come on, chickies. Come on, chick. Come on, chickies. Here, Chicky. Come on, Chickies. They're like, fuck you. We found us a new place to forage. Let me follow you. But look at this. This is just not from using this driveway. This was all gravel. This is just not from using it for the last 2 years or so. It's all grown up. I need to get down here and do some work on it. Next time I run a skid steer, I will. Keep calling them. Now they're all running. They hear Christy and they take off running. It's funny shit. But I'm curious to find out about the water situation because there's no leak on our side. Apparently they do it digitally though. They just roll by with like a digital thing that reads a digital meter that's on there. And my guess is that the digital meter, something's went haywire with it. But I tell them, I'm not paying for some shit I didn't use. It's already ridiculous out here because you don't have any options. You know, there's a monopoly on everything in this part of town. I gotta go. Stay safe. Have a good day. Stay away from cops. You're 5 times less likely to die from a gunshot wound if you stay away from them. There's no need to call them. There's nothing in this world you cannot handle on your own. There's also nothing in this world that when you involve a cop, it doesn't make the situation worse.